Hi, this is Tom Matson, and this is going to be a short video tutorial covering miscellaneous options which may not have been fully covered in the general overview and extended overview videos. Now let's start at the top of the options page with the left column and revisit the color options for a moment. There are default color settings for every element. However, you can change any or all of them to meet your needs. Now, whenever you click on a color button selector, you'll see a color picker pop up, and you'll see a grid of 360 color choices. If you decide to change the default color, then make a selection and the color picker will close. If you decide not to change the color, you can click outside the color picker box and it will close. For each element that you choose to edit the colors, repeat this process. Now, if for some reason you have any color picker boxes still open and you are finished editing the colors, you can click the blue Close Color Boxes button and they will close. Now, back to the top of the page, let's take a quick look at the font family options. This is fairly straightforward. For each element, you have 9 browser-safe web families to choose from. Now, some font families, such as Impact and Arial Black, are best used for headlines rather than for paragraphs and other body text, such as block quotes and bullet lists. Ultimately, you are free to choose whichever font families are visually and otherwise most aesthetically pleasing for you. Now, moving over to the third column, you have the font size options. Now, these options give you tremendous flexibility to adjust the font size for every element so that it will display as desired. Now, factors such as the size of your device or monitor display and the distance you're going to be from the teleprompter will help determine how large or how small the font sizes should be. Ultimately, you have 29 font sizes to choose from for each element option. Now, the teleprompter speed options provides you the ability to select the most appropriate speed for your scripted message to display and scroll on the screen, and the speed you select will help you take into account factors such as the font sizes you selected and the tempo of your message. Now, the teleprompter delay option is very, very handy, I think. It gives you the ability to set a delay of up to 20 seconds before the teleprompter message begins to scroll. Now, the purpose of this option is to give you some additional time to get prepared and be ready to start recording before the message starts to scroll. Now, if the need arises, you can effectively give yourself an additional few seconds by adding an extra blank line or 2 or 3 at the beginning of your script. Now, in the fourth column, you have options to set the alignment of the elements included in your script. You can set your paragraph text so that it aligns to the left side of the screen, so that it aligns to the right side of the screen, so that it's centered or in the middle of the screen or is aligned to both left and right side of the screen, called justified. For each headline element, you have the same options. As for bolded words and emphasized words, you can select from 14 different weight options for each element. Play with them, see which font weight is the most aesthetically appealing for your needs. Now also, in the event you have multiple speakers reading from the same teleprompter script, you have the added option of having their respective scripts be displayed normally or italicized or using an oblique style. These options are in addition to the font color, font size, and font family options for second, third, and fourth speakers. Now, moving to the lower portion of the options page, there is the import text display box and the other 10 scripted message boxes. Now, we covered how to import a text file and how to copy and paste content in these boxes in the general overview and the extended overview. However, there are a couple of caveats or noteworthy points to mention here. Currently, the teleprompter uses UTF-8 encoding. So what that means is that if you copy and paste content which uses some other form of encoding, such as ISO 8859, for example, some characters may not display correctly. So instead of seeing the characters you expected, you'll see something which may appear to be hieroglyphics to you. Now, we didn't anticipate this to be a huge issue. However, if there are enough people who need to display text encoded with different character sets, we may add an option to select the desired encoding. And the other point to mention is that it is possible to use HTML tags in the scripted message boxes. However, it is not recommended, and the reason is because it can break the display. This is one of the reasons why the shortcode options were added. So now that said, if you choose to use HTML tags, you do so at your own risk. It won't break the code of the teleprompter. However, it may not display your message. Now, if we get feedback and it's determined that there would be substantial benefit from including some additional shortcodes, we'll considering adding more shortcodes later. I think that wraps up this third video. Remember, if you have any questions or discover a bug, please use our support option. Until then, enjoy the Teleprompter Pro and happy recording.